Welcome. You're with the Nasty Pastor, and I'm back with another read of the Fall of America. You know, let's let's have a moment of silence for the Elijah Muhammad. You got what I'm saying? Just a moment. Look, we should thank this man. You got what I'm saying? We really should. We should thank him for his thoughts. We should thank him for his prophecies that has been put in place, that has been active, has been running around, very rampant, very alive in America. You get what I'm saying? And it's a lot that I'm waiting to read. And I just really, to be honest with you, I'm only 26%, I'm 1/4 into this book. You got what I'm saying? And there's some things that I'm trying to, I'm hoping that he had knew this was the next phase. This would be the next step. This will be the next step. Because see, it's more than just racism. You understand me? It's more to the fall of America than just racism, because even at this time when he published this book, and he published this book in 1973, I was 3 years old, racism was dying out, especially right here in Richmond, Virginia. I might can't tell you about New York. I might cannot tell you about Norfolk, Virginia. I might cannot tell you about Saluda, Virginia, Blackstone, Virginia, Lynchburg, Roanoke, but I can tell you about Richmond, Virginia. Racism was dying out. There has been a lot done here where that my generation that was coming up won't go through none of that. We won't gonna have to go through any of that. So I thank you, to the students of Virginia Union University. Thank you for standing up at the Woolworth. You get what I'm saying? At the Woolworth on Broad Street. Because I used to go in that store. Yeah, I used to shop in there. And I never had a racist issue. I never had any of that on Broad Street. Most of those stores on our Broad Street, which we call our downtown, was really owned by, I would say, the building. You got what I'm saying? The property is owned by the Jews, but the business was owned by, the white race, the Caucasians, the Europeans. You feel what I'm saying? All right. So I say to you again, thank you. Thank you for everything you've done. Rest y'all soul. Y'all did it right. Right here in Richmond, Virginia. Y'all did it very right. Very exact. We're into chapter 14. Yeah, this is chapter 14 of the Fall of America, which is that every nation has a turn. Let's go and dive into this right quick. And here we go. They do not want the praise and exaltation of God and their own black people. They want it from the slave master's children. The slave master's children will give it to them as long as they reject themselves and kind and worship and exalt the white people. The white man is very clever in making a public fool of the black man. They show the brown, yellow, and red man what a good job they have done on the black man in America and throughout the earth. He is doing what nature bids him to do. I do not blame the white man anymore for making fools of our people. It is the nature of the white man to make a fool of our people, but it is not the nature of our people to allow him to make a fool of us. You understand me? You can only be a fool if you allow it. You can only be, you have to allow things to happen to you. You got me? We're not back in those days where there was so much corruption in the police department that they could just run up in your house, kill you in front of your kids, in front of your wife. You never do a day in court. We ain't in no times no more. You feel what I'm saying? No times been gone. Been gone. You feel me? You get it now? Stop allowing this stuff to happen to you. You get me? Stop it. But you have been given the knowledge of yourself, the nature in which God created you, and you still allow the enemy to make a fool of you. Then you do not have the sympathy of God and the righteous, not after knowledge. You feel what I'm saying? The divine term that was given to the white race to allow them to make a fool of the black man and rule him with tricks is now up. Come on, with tricks. The devil with his tricks must be removed. You got what I'm saying? What you know, if you caught reading a man, like I say, you know what I mean? You know, it's time for you to fight back. It's time for you to swing. It's time for you to let the devil know, don't even wake me up. Just wake up swinging. You got what I'm saying? Believe what I tell you. You hit the devil the right way, the devil ain't gonna never wake you up again. The devil gonna sit and knock on your door, but ain't gonna come and touch you. Ain't gonna physically touch you. You understand what I'm saying? You get me? You get it? He has given this chance to deceive you with his tricknology. And therefore, God would not hinder the devil from tricking you if he can. This is written in the Holy Quran, chapter 7, but God promised hell fire to both the devil and his followers, whom he can get from the black nation. Hell fire. Therefore, you and I, after knowledge of the devil, his tricks, and his term, should not blame anyone but ourselves. If we allow the devil to trick us, for that is the job of the devil. It is his nature. We blame ourselves and not the enemy. You lust for his half-nude women and thirst for whiskey and beer. You desire gambling, robbing, and killing each other for the personal property of others. This is the work of the devil upon you. You do not have to allow him to cause you to live such a life. Do not blame them. Blame your foolish self. I never said I didn't love this man. I never said that. I did say there are some things that he taught I don't like. You feel what I'm saying? And I still want to figure out how, if they were so much against the white community, how did this Jew come in, convince him to bring this into the black community of America? I don't get it. I don't get it. You look. We just read some stuff on another platform. I believe it's my extra platform, or it could have been this Fall of America platform, where that, you know, the Jews were looked at as white people. You understand what I'm saying? White. So if they're looked at it as white, how could this man, Messiah Farad, get the minister Elijah Muhammad to bring this into the white community to even sit down and listen? How? So what did the minister Elijah Muhammad know? Was he a tool to help build and break down the black community? You get what I'm saying? Build and break it down? Or was he bamboozled? You feel me? Was he tricked? It has always been the policy of the white man to use a black man against a black man. Come on now. Is that not what I'm trying to tell y'all? Has that not been what I've just been trying to explain to y'all? Especially leaders. Look at history. See how he deceived and killed off the black leaders of foreign lands, and then they took over themselves? This should be a lesson for you and me. Look what they did to Mandela in Africa. I believe they put him away for 20 years, 30 years if I'm correct. Big leader. Had a big following in Africa. Big following in Africa. Man, some of his teaching stretched in America, came all the way to America. We the Muslims have watched our people who have come among us as eyes and ears, stool pigeons for white folks. When they have become converted to the truth and joined us, they confess that they are ashamed that have worked against us for the sake of a few perishable dollars. We know that the white man is our enemy, and wherever we are, he offers some silly so-called Negro or higher office and higher pay to work against us Muslims. The righteous or any so-called Negro, whether he be a Baptist, Methodist, Holy Roller, or sanctified, some lazy so-called Negro will work against him for the white man. You get it? You get it now, right? There's always going to be a a-hole in your community. There's always going to be a spook in your community. You get what I'm saying? Always. Because see, there are people that don't get it. You got what I'm saying? And they don't get it because of their issues. They may have drug issues. They may have financial issues. They may have jealousy tendencies that they have put actions into. You get it? It is a shame in such modern times to see black politicians and preachers accepting positions to work against their own black people for a few dollars from a race whose time has come to an end. Now, this is why I say to you, if the border's going to be closed and we're going to keep these borders closed and we're going to fight off these drugs, the import of drugs into our communities, into our country, then we'll get ready to have some intelligent babies growing up in America, in the black community. They get ready to attack our schools. Get on it now. Make them teach your baby. If you start making them teach your babies today, when it may be 2 generations from now, because it take a moment for drugs to come out your body. They say even when you go, they put you in a drug rehabilitation center and put you in detox for 30 days. The drug's still not out of your system because the mind frame is still there. The mind frame is part of the drug addiction. You get what I'm saying? So basically what I'm saying, the DNA of being a drug addict, it may take 2 generations from now for that baby, for those intelligent kids to really present themselves in our school system. It's time to get on it now, make them teach our babies, so that when that group of generation of kids come along, we ain't got to fight as hard to make them teach them. They understand you're going to teach them, or go find you a position somewhere else. We are justified in taking it if the white man gave us $1 billion or $100 billion. We deserve it, but we are not justified to sell our lives for such a gift in this day and time. Declare yourself a Muslim and see how much the devil will give you. He would say, we will give it to you if you preach that we are not the devil. We would answer, that is just the same as saying, if you do not teach the truth of me, so that I can continue to deceive the world of your kind, I will help you. Remember what the Bible teaches us that Satan said to Jesus, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. That's in Matthew 4:9. And he showed him the kingdoms of the world. Perhaps you will be offered the world of the wicked pretty soon. If so, the Bible says, what profit a man if he gain the world and lose his own life? That's his soul. This is a warning to the preachers. We're going to end that reading right there. Yeah, we're going to end this chapter read right there. And I say this to you again, you know what I mean? That's a true statement right there. That's very true. See, a lot of people get a congregation that love them. They start seeing the money come in. They start being so popular. They start going places, ain't got to pay for stuff. You got what I'm saying? It goes to a lot of people's head. You feel me? Look, I'm going to tell you a true story that happened a couple of, maybe a week ago, and maybe short of a week ago. I'm looking at this this doc on YouTube, and a doc to me is a documentary. Short, you got what I'm saying? I call it a doc. And everything that I've been, I've never seen it before. But everything, how I look at life, how I'm processing these books I've read, you got what I'm saying? They're saying it. It may be said and worded in a different way, but I understand what they're saying. And I'm gonna tell you what I said out my mouth. You know what I mean? I put it in a post. And like I said, I'm ready to poke my chest out, go out in the street and smack me some people. Smack you just for looking at me. Smack you for teaching my culture wrong. You understand what I'm saying? And then I said to myself, you know something? Cut that off. Because see, this get ready to go to your head. Cut it off. Get back to humbling yourself. You got what I'm saying? Bow down. Because that's not what whom I pray to want me to do. Whom I pray to need me to be here, spread the message, continue to spread the message. Look, you with the nasty pastor. There's been another chapter read of the fall of America. And I say this to you again, you know what I mean? Buckle down. Buckle your babies down. We in for a journey. I'm out and I love you.